So Bryan Alverez doesn't understand, he doesn't get why Shotzi Blackheart's tank being destroyed is a big deal. He felt no compassion at all when I was looking at him on F4W Online. This is a guy who reports the news every single day. He watches NXT, he watches WWE, and he doesn't understand why Shotzi's tank being destroyed is a big deal. And I'm thinking, like, this is not the first mistake he's made, by the way. I'm like, how do you not get it's a big deal? I mean, like, he only believed that her helmet being taken or destroyed was a big deal because it was in the dirt sheets. But he can't get over the fact that Shotzi's had that thing with her since like the indie days. He didn't know that part for some reason. So the tank thing has been part of Shotzi Blackheart's gimmick since she arrived in NXT. She's had that tank with her. Not only does she go to the ring with it, she uses it as a weapon. She drives over Robert Stone's foot and everything. She has great times in that tank. So we, the viewer, at least know that part. So of course we know that tank means a lot to her. In fact, there was a time when someone threatened to do something to her tank, and Shotzi said, don't do that, like it's very important to her. But not like really overt about that kind of stuff there. But we know as a viewer, it's obviously important because she's always with it. She loves the tank, the smile on her face there, she loves the tank. If someone told me that why is Luffy's hat being destroyed a big deal without knowing the Shanks relation? Hello. Number one, they're called the Straw Hat Crew. Number two, Luffy, unless he's like on a sleep or something like that, he always has that hat with him in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, it's a big fucking deal, that hat. That tank is a big fucking deal. Just anybody who's watched Shotzi Blackheart for like a couple of weeks or whatever, you know it's a big deal. And then Bryan Alverez has the nerve to say he understands completely the video game being destroyed on AEW Dynamite with Miro and Kip Sabian. He can relate to that one because he looked it up on the internets and saw how rare that particular arcade machine is. So to him, that being destroyed is a big deal and cause for rage. But something that's a very personable item that you always have with you, and obviously very expensive because it's a tank, that's not a big deal. Here's my thing with the video game thing. I didn't think it was a big deal. You know why? Bryan Alverez didn't talk about this. You know why? Simple. They had no business putting it out there in the first place. Why was it out there? If something is so precious and so valuable, why was it just sitting there, out there in the middle of combat? That's fucking stupid. And so I'm thinking the whole time, Miro and Kipper met at the best friends, like, dude, why'd you put it out there in the middle of a war zone? How stupid are you? Meanwhile, Shotzi Blackheart was in the middle of a match and her tank got stolen. That's fucked up. And Bryan Alverez is like, I don't get it. How can she be mad about that? It was stolen in the middle of her match, and she always has it with her down the ring and everything. So yeah, how could he not understand that? I'm betting he's a Trump supporter. Ugh.